and I'm not a fan of cancel culture, but I feel like if people do change and show us, not just say to us that they've changed, but show us that they've changed, there is room to remain on social media as an influencer. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel where I call out influencers for their crappy behaviors. Today, we are going to be calling out Brittany H. Miller for having faked cancer. And not only that, but having tried to sweep it under the rug and avoid addressing it altogether until being called out recently. We got a lot to discuss, so let's go, guys. So Brittany H. Miller is a mommy vlogger who has twin boys, and on TikTok, she has 3.5 million followers. She basically blew up by sharing comfort recipes and relatable twin mom content, the way most family vloggers blow up on social media. And also her haul videos, her shopping videos, very much lifestyle vlogger vibes. And she really blew up between the years of 2020 and 2023. And her growth has fast-tracked in the last year or so since having her twins as well. Now, back in 2017, turns out she actually confided in a friend that apparently she had stage 3 gastric cancer. Now, when I started researching and looking into who Brittany Miller was, because I have no idea who most of these people are until after they go viral, right? I don't follow influencers. It's a weird culture. Weird culture. And looking at her stands in the comments now, weird is an understatement. Like, oh my gosh, people. But I say all this because Brittany actually got called out for this cancer scam 2 years ago. I found a ton of receipts that dated back to that time when one of her friends also spoke out. The friend that Brittany had confided in, and she also said like, hey, Brittany actually stole from me as well. So we'll go take a look at her TikTok page. Okay, so I have here Beth SBB on TikTok. She is Brittany's ex-best friend who originally spoke out about Brittany, like I said, about 2 years ago. So there's two different TikToks that I want to go through with you guys now. One is her calling Brittany out for stealing, and the other is just addressing everything and showing some more receipts. Here is her calling her out for stealing. Do you need to tell me something, Brittany? Huh? You ripped open the pink card inside my Sainsbury bag when she got caught stealing from my grandma at my 21st birthday. Still led me to believe that she had cancer. I didn't giving anything to you. That is not like me to do anything like that. I was very drunk and I'm on strong medication to take pain away, so it makes me even worse. I don't recall taking anything from you. You're my best friend, and that's so embarrassing and hurtful that I could even do something like that. And very out of character. It's hard for me to even explain or justify anything because that is vile. I don't think straight at times at the moment, and I have these moments where I don't think at all or even remember. If that's the case, then I apologize from the bottom of my heart. And tears me apart to think that I could even be in a state to do something like that to anyone, let alone you. I hope you can see that it's not something I would do, and with everything going on, I know that's no excuse, but please see from my side. I'm sorry. Why is someone with cancer and going through cancer treatment on really harsh pain medication really drunk? That's a red flag right there, right? She admitted to stealing from my grandma, and I was on strong pain meds to take the pain meds away. No meds, no cancer, but another lie. There's so much more to this and so many more lies. So many people have been affected by her with similar lies she had made throughout her life. This didn't start or end when we were 21. I have been your best friend and a huge supporter throughout this whole process. I have transferred you money in the past, and I have helped you out where I can. I went out and made a huge hamper for you when I thought my best friend was going to die. How could there be so many people there on Saturday, and the one person that could do that to me is you? After everything, you've broken my heart. This is my grandma who prays for you. What the F are you doing? If you needed money, tell me. I gave you a chance to be honest yesterday. Not only did you do that, but you lied. You also know that you have done this. And all I want from you is to tell me that you know you did it. I never once heard your grandma say your card had money in. You can look at the CCTV. I was not stood with you when your grandma gave you the card. I picked up a random card without thinking and not knowing what was in it. Trust me, it breaks my heart that I did that. Oh, so she's admitting to stealing a random card from her friend's birthday. Wow, yikes. I didn't say anything yesterday because I was very drunk Saturday and I don't remember it clear, so I didn't want to say because I didn't know for sure. Yes, I clearly did it, but I can't think of what my thought process was. Doesn't matter. This is ridiculous gaslighting. Regardless, it's completely wrong and vile. I know that. And I know you have done so much for me, and I can't thank you enough for being the best person to me. I didn't give you a card Saturday night because I was planning to see you this week for your birthday to give you a card and your present. Just like blank didn't give you a card because we will see you this week. Don't ever think I wasn't going to give you a card. Yikes. I am sorry, more than words can describe, and I hope you can forgive me, but I understand if you don't want to be friends. You have done so much for me, and you've been my rock through everything, and I've done something vile to you, and it breaks my heart that I could do that to you. You're the last person in the world I'd want to lose or upset your grandma. I don't know what I was thinking. The problem is, I wasn't. Man, this grammar's rough. I didn't give anything back to you at the end of the night. I left the Sainsbury bag there, I think. You're not gonna tell my mom, are you? Because she would probably kick me out of the house. I am so sorry, Beth. So sorry. Stealing wasn't the worst thing she did to me, but at this point, I thought it was. Yikes. She told me things in the past that I question now were quite heavy. I wouldn't want to take anything from her if she did genuinely go through what she did recently. I was manipulated into believing all sorts of things, but unless you have evidence to show otherwise, it's hard. I don't believe in trolling on social media. If you don't support her, you can unfollow. People need to know who she is. And then the other thing is basically her just addressing stuff. So this is September 24th, 2023. I am seeing a lot online regarding Brittany Miller and people that know nothing about her past speaking out saying it's just jealous girls from her hometown causing problems. Now she has hit 1 mil. I feel you, girl. That is the worst excuse that stans use. As you can see, the third and fourth image I wrote on my social media back in 2020 when the girl that told the worst lies was now collaborating with a brand for breast cancer awareness campaign. I never wanted to speak about this as it's something I don't like to relive, but I think people deserve the truth in 2020 following that campaign, so it has nothing to do with her recent success. I do not condone or believe anyone should be harassed, trolled, or bullied online no matter how bad the person is, but I do believe people should be made aware and mindful that the people they are supporting and being influenced by may not be who you think it is and have an awareness of what this person is capable of. I also believe something needs to be said when there's people out there that are bashing girls from her hometown when in fact a lot of people have suffered from Brittany's actions and lies. This isn't even the half of it. I was not the first and I won't be the last. So October 11th, 2020, Brittany was my best friend from age 16 through 21. Brittany lied to me about some really awful things that I don't feel comfortable writing on social media, but the latest confession was in November 2017. She was diagnosed with stage 3 gastric cancer. When I found out, I did all the research I could to help her, made her a hamper up of all good products and food that could help her. I looked after her, cooked for her, transferred her money to get her radiotherapy appointments and anything she needed. Wow, so there you go. She was sending her money to get to her appointments and stuff. Yikes. She got caught out when she stole money from my grandma's card on my 21st birthday. After realizing this, it wasn't apparent that she had stolen valuable items from our family home to sell for cash. This doesn't even touch on the half of it. She was very emotionally abusive. I wasn't allowed to have other friends. She would fall out with me if I was spending time with my family and not her. She would get nasty if I didn't want to go on a night out with her because I was concerned about her illness. She used to make up a scenario such as, it's the end of my 3-month radiotherapy session. The tumor has shrunk. Please, you have to come drink with me. Ew. That's such gross behavior. It sounds so silly now, the fact that I believed every single word that came out of her mouth, but I truly believe she manipulated me. Yeah, she very much did. She used to have conversations like the doctor told her that if radiotherapy doesn't shrink the tumor in her stomach, then the only chance of saving her life would be chemo, which she would refuse, etc. I had no doubt that she was lying because why would someone lie about something so horrendous? She set up a GoFundMe page and asked I send it to everyone we used to work with to donate to it. Brittany admitted she lied about having cancer to the police. She has been done for fraud and charged. This has come out again because she is now an influencer on Instagram, using her platform to promote a campaign against breast cancer awareness. This is not right, and since speaking openly about my experience, it seems a lot of people have been hurt by this sick, evil girl. I do not wish any hate on her, but she does not deserve a platform, and people need to know the truth and be aware of what she's capable of. That's unhinged. She told me her sister set this up, but it was proven that it was Brittany. Today, Brittany was interviewed about the offense. She admitted that she did not have cancer and she never has done. She admitted that she set up the Just Giving page knowing full well what she was doing. I'm now in the process of preparing a file which will then be reviewed by our evidential review officers, and my hope is that Brittany will either receive a charge to court or a caution, but in both circumstances, I expect you will receive compensation of the full amount you donated to her. This process might take a few weeks, so I will continue to update you via email when I have more updates for you. Kind regards, David. So then we have here some Snapchat messages back and forth. So bestie is Brittany and me is obviously Beth. Why didn't you want to go out tomorrow night, X? But yeah, can do. I'm either at radiotherapy, sleeping, at home with my mom on my back, or at Didcot. I haven't been with Mike the past 2 nights. I came over this morning because he's off. Didn't go out last weekend because I felt too ill in the end. Don't you just wish Blockbuster still existed? Yes. That is one thing Brittany and I can agree on. I do. That Girls Trip DVD is out now. Can we go to Brewers Freyer for breakfast tomorrow morning? It's a buffet. It's good. Hey, sorry, I was very drunk last night. How are you? How was Christmas? So you actually won't come out tomorrow? I've had a shit Christmas, had radiotherapy on Boxing Day and Christmas Eve, plus yesterday. You won't come out on New Year's. I would have thought the least you would do is come out with me tomorrow. The thing is you never ask to go out with me. It's always the other way around. I'm ill at the moment, and throughout the week, I am on my own. And a few evenings, I have company from 7. That's it. I always ask what you're doing on the weekend, and you're always busy. I am so bored all the time, and I would have thought at the time like this, you'd prioritize me rather than having plans 3 weekends in a row. You crack on. Me and Mike are not together, so we don't have set days. And I never know when I'm in the hospital having reviews or injections. Sorry that took forever. What the fuck? When I found out Brittany had been stealing from me, I tried to cut up the friendship, and I would get messages about how she was alone in the hospital having an op to get the tumor removed, or how I could leave her. It was all a lie. That is some emotionally manipulative stuff we just read there, guys. Oh my gosh. The fact that she's like guilt tripping. I'm sick and you won't even prioritize me. I'm sick and you won't come out with me. She's literally using a fake illness, a fake cancer diagnosis to manipulate her friend into coming out and partying with her and getting drunk. And meanwhile, her friend's sitting there like, well, you're sick. Should you really be going out and getting drunk like this? Like, that's not healthy, you know? And this was years ago that all this information came out, especially that Facebook post from back in 2020, the year she got convicted of fraud. And I feel like her friends' messages there were the most damning of them all, because it just shows that this was a clout goblin move just to manipulate her friends into doing what she wants and garner that sympathy from people. That's just really, really disgusting behavior. And no wonder she moved away after this. So now I want to go and take a look at what a couple other people have to say.
Off to the side, almost like she was reading a script. Some fans think her apology lines were AI generated or pre-written. If that's true, it makes the whole thing feel staged. Third, she blamed her actions on having a mental health condition.
Okay, just my follow-up from the Brittany Miller apology. Just some questions that I have. Again, something that I've seen on TikTok. We can all talk about what we see on this app. My biggest question, and people may not be talking about this yet, is why now? Why discuss it after all this time? Because of the scum, the Sun, I call it the scum article. I talk about the tabloids all the time and how their stories are just made up. So why didn't they just ignore it? Why now? Was there some sort of super injunction, I think it's called, where you can stop the media from talking about things, but they have an expiry date? Why? And again, TikTok managers, what are you doing? Why now? Now this may follow, but what has she done to really show she is sorry, apart from that is a 5-6 minute video, you know, She mentions the fundraising. If you saw my apology, why did she mention this? But again, personally, I would be doing whatever I can to show that I'm sorry. And people are like, what do you want from her? You know what? We've got some accountability. That's a good start. But apart from it coming across that she feels like she's the victim, she feels sorry for her, she forgives herself. What about people that she has affected, that she continues to affect by having done this? There are mistakes. There are things that just, then there are things that you can't just leave and go, I won't talk about it for a number of years. Then moving on to my final point, which links, she minimizes the actual seriousness of what she said, of what she's done. It's more like a tick, 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 tick. These are things I need to be sorry for. Can we just move on?
So Brittany Miller has finally responded to the fact that she lied about having cancer 8 years ago. The apology is finally here, 8 years too late. However, you don't have to take this apology and accept it. I don't. But if you want to accept this apology and continue supporting her, you can. There are holes in her apology. She keeps minimizing what she did to saying one simple sentence that she had cancer. That isn't what happened. She continuously lied, saying that she was going to radiotherapy, saying that she was a tough cookie. She went along with this narrative. She was convicted of this crime. When you are convicted of something and the police get involved, it's more than just saying, I have cancer. It's more than just a sentence, okay? The severity of the situation is more than she's implying to her followers and fans. Do I think the apology is sincere? Yes, I do. I actually do. And I think she's suddenly realizing that it could impact her career. But that's the reason she's apologized. She's apologized because she is an attention seeker. And she's slowly realizing that all this that she's worked for could get taken away from her. And this is her dream come true, having her followers. This is her dream. She's admitted that. She wants people who love her around her. She's willing to do anything to get that love and attention. She even went as so far as to lie about having cancer to get attention. So, of course, she's going to apologize. So, yeah, I do think she's sorry for what she did. Do I think she has poor integrity? Yes, I do. Do I accept her apology? No. Am I going to be a fan of hers? No.
So this has nothing to do with liking versus not liking someone. This has to do with accountability, right? And when influencers fake stuff like this, and we're going to go look at Brittany's apology video here shortly, but you can tell that it's a very self-serving video. It's not a I'm sorry for what I did. It's more of an I'm sorry I got caught. And like that last woman said, it's this feeling that she could lose everything right now because of how bad this is. But to minimize it and just chalk it up to, oh, people make mistakes, that's where I draw the line. Her comment section is filled with people yas queening her. And that's all it is. These, you're such a great mom, you're a great person, I love you, nothing you ever do will ever change anything. Guys, she lied about having cancer. And just because she came back with this self-serving apology video to save face doesn't mean that you need to be so quick to forgive her or believe her. This went on for so long. She was blocking people. She was deleting people, deleting comments, heavily filtering comments. I'm sure cancer was filtered in her comment section. This type of behavior isn't okay. It erodes the trust in influencers. And to chalk it up as just a silly mistake, no, there is a line when it comes to mistakes. And this type of mistake isn't just a silly little mistake. This is severe attention-seeking behavior, and to stoop to the level of faking cancer for attention isn't okay. And yes, mental health might have played a huge factor in everything. Fine, but that's not an excuse to behave this way. Many people have mental health issues, and a lot of them don't stoop so low as to faking having cancer. And before I saw that video there, I didn't realize that she had played it out so far, that she pretended to go to radiotherapy, that she pretended to do this and that. And I guess just couldn't keep up with her own lies because, remember the girl who taped the port to her chest and it just looked atrocious? That type of stuff, Maddie Russo, I believe was her name. That type of stuff is hard to keep up when you're faking it. It's so disgusting. It's such a gross thing to do, to fake being that level of sickness. And honestly, the only thing I can think about is karma. The only thing I worry about is that karma is going to come back and bite these people in the butts. And I wouldn't wish cancer upon anyone. It is a horrific disease that literally eats you from the inside. It's awful. And to fake having cancer to build a social media platform to get follower engagement or sympathy or empathy or anything like that is really gross to do. And we also have to think about the fact that it's just now that this is coming out. A lot of people are dismissing the fact that this was 8 years ago. Once she was an adult, she was 21 8 years ago. And before she tried to lie and say that she was 15, you're gonna tell me that we're gonna believe what she has to say when she's clearly lied about 3 different facts surrounding this entire situation? Come on. I don't know. I think that faking having cancer is cause for cancellation. I think that it completely breaks any type of trust. That's not just a little white lie. That is a lie that can harm people. And she, like that other guy said, she's here saying, I love myself, I forgive myself. What about the people you hurt, though? What about them? That's who the apology should be for, not for yourself. Which, circling back, makes me think that this was just a self-serving PR stunt. So let's go ahead and take a look at her apology video because it's something else. And we gotta love the framing here, the nice white background, white bed. She's not wearing all white, but I mean, she did get convicted of the thing, so she's not pure and innocent in all of this. And that's another really good point too. She got convicted in 2020 of fraud for faking cancer. That doesn't just happen willy-nilly. That doesn't just, oh, I have cancer. Like if I were to come on here and be like, guys, I have cancer, and that was it, and we moved on from it, I wouldn't get convicted with anything. But she likely accepted money. She likely got something out of faking cancer, which is why she was convicted of fraud. Don't let that get away from you. So yeah, let's just take a look at this atrocious apology video because I don't believe it. I was listening to it yesterday and it just rubbed me the wrong way. And coming from someone who is a crier when I'm overwhelmed or upset or anything like that, I don't understand why she's crying in this video. I don't understand it. Again, self-serving, make herself seem more innocent, make herself seem more vulnerable, I guess, but it rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay, so I never wanted to talk about this time in my life because it was a very difficult time for me, but I owe it to my followers and people that support me to tell you my truth. I also want to put a stop to the people that are twisting and exaggerating what actually happened. So I'm just going to go from the beginning. So back in 2017, I had extremely bad mental health. And at the time I didn't realise how bad. But it was bad. I was depressed, I was suicidal, I was lost, I was confused. I lost my partner, I lost my job. And there was lots of things in that year that led me to be mentally ill. I said something to someone within my immediate circle in confidence. One stupid sentence that I deeply regret. I said I had an illness, which was cancer. I didn't do this for malicious intent or to scam people. I did this out of desperation. I did it to keep the people close to me, to keep the people in my life close to me.
See, and like, that makes no sense. What do you mean you did it to keep the people in your life close to you? What was she doing at this time that was ruining every single one of her relationships? That the only thing she had to keep people close to her was lying about having cancer. I don't understand how that was the end result of like, I want to keep people close to me and I had really bad mental health. How is faking a deadly illness going to help your mental health? How? I don't understand the connection there.
I don't condone it.
I would hope not.
I understand why I did it.
I do not understand why you did it. Can you re-explain why exactly you think that severe mental health issues means that you can lie about cancer? Asking for a friend.
And I've learned from my mistakes. This was not a long-running scam or a manipulative story like it's been made out to be. The people that I told then told a couple of others, and there was a fundraising page made on behalf of me, which I knew about.
which she
And
knew
as soon as I
about.
saw there was 2 donations,
She shut it down. So as soon as she saw that there was 2 donations, she shut it down. But you knew about it, so why didn't you shut it down before the 2 donations came in? Just wondering.
I had the page immediately shut down and I didn't take a penny from it.
See? So why was she convicted of fraud then? Let's look up the definition of fraud. Real quick here. Fraud is the intentional deception to cheat someone out of property, money, or legal right. It involves misrepresentation, deceit, or concealment, and it can either be civil or criminal. Examples include credit card fraud, identity theft, and imposter scams, where someone falsely pretends to be a trusted person or organization to gain unfair advantage. So that first line right there. Fraud is the intentional deception to cheat someone out of property, money, or legal right. So why was she convicted of fraud if she claims here that she never took a single penny, she never did anything, it wasn't malicious, she gained nothing from it? Something's not adding up.
I've grown from this. I am working on being the best version of myself. It took me a long time to understand why I did it.
I need to speed this up a bit, guys. Sorry.
And I forgive myself.
You forgive yourself. Okay. Well, most people with a head on their shoulders don't forgive you. And like I said earlier, the yes queens in her comment section are unhinged. I cannot believe that people are so disconnected that they don't realize that encouraging someone like this who is willing to stoop so low to lie about cancer is going to lie about other things to your face. But it's because they have a creepy parasocial relationship with her twins. That's why. It's weird.
I was mentally ill. And I am so deeply sorry to anyone that I've upset or triggered from saying what I said. I wasn't on social media at the time. This was years before I was even on social media. I didn't do this for likes or followers.
But you certainly deleted comments and followers who were calling you out for it to keep your followers. So...
And I know how horrible this disease is. And I know how much it affects people.
Do you?
So for that, I am so sorry. I admitted what I did. And I said sorry to the people that I hurt. After it all happened, a year later, I moved away from my hometown because I wanted to work on myself. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be mentally well again. I wanted to surround myself with people that were going to help me. And I got a job with a fundraiser.
But I thought you did all this to keep the people close to you closest. So now she moved away and, wanted to be surrounded by people who would love her and help her. Whereas this whole thing came about to keep the people who love her close to her.
Company. And that's how I met Ash. I was able to work for charities. And me and Ash fundraised together for a short period of time. I wasn't good at it at all. But Ash helped me so much. Him and his family helped me so much. And I'll forever be grateful. He was my light at the end of the tunnel. He helped me be well again. He helped me forgive myself. And although I am so emotional when I talk about this, I am mentally well again. And I'm so...
You're not really emotional talking about this. You're kind of just whining. There's no tears. There's no actual sadness or remorse or anything. Like, are you guys feeling it? Because I don't feel it, and I do feel things like that. I have been touched by people's stories, and I swear I'm not just jaded and cold now. But I don't feel anything. There's no mirror neurons firing here because it's fake. It's self-serving.
I'm proud of where I've come from being in that dark place to now.
See, and Yes, it's good to dig yourself out of the dark place. I'm happy for her that she's not feeling that dark mental health struggle anymore. Of course, we're happy about that. But the fact that she's so focused on the mental health aspect of it and that she was in a dark place and now she's in a bright and shiny place because she has 3.5 million followers. She's a multi-millionaire now. Of course you're in a brighter, happier place. But that doesn't take away the fact that you hurt a lot of people and you don't seem to conceptualize that.
Because I want to be an advocate for mental health. I want to help people because I know what it's like to be in a dark place. And I want to help people. And I also just want to say a massive, massive thank you to all the people out there that support me and still follow me. When you didn't know my truth, you still believed in me. If I could go back and change what I did, I would do it in a heartbeat. It was one stupid...
People believed in you because they didn't know your truth. People supported you because they didn't know this, because you kept it so far under wraps. That was a weird comment too. Thank you so much to the people who knew me before you knew my truth. What are you talking about? Maybe she means like after the articles went viral and after she went viral 2 years ago and started getting called out for this. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Like, what?
Sentence that I said almost a decade ago. And I've learned so much from it. And I'm so, so grateful for you all. And I really, really love you so, so much. So thank you.
I forgot she did the stupid heart hands at the end. I love you so, so much. Thank you. See, and that just makes it so inauthentic to me. That last bit of heart hands there and like, I love you guys. And I don't know, the whole thing just rubs me the absolute wrong way. The wrong way. But if you take a look at some of the comments here, she paid the price, she owned her shit, leave the girl alone and correct your own doings. You've got this, Brit. Seriously, what do the people commenting hate even get from it? They achieve nothing. It makes them feel better about themselves. Bless them. Are you kidding me right now, Brittany? You don't have any right to be speaking like that. Accountability is not hate. People saying that it's unacceptable that you faked having cancer isn't hate. It's clocking shitty behaviors. No matter what, stay strong. Everybody on this earth has got a past. There's not many people that don't make mistakes. Again, there's a big difference between dinging a car with your door in the grocery store parking lot and faking having cancer. There's a big difference between going out and being a serial killer and forgetting to scan something at the grocery store. It's a spectrum of mistakes. And this is not a silly little mistake. This is a devastating disease that destroys people. That's why it gets so much support. That's why people are so quick to empathize with people who have cancer, especially those who have been through it, because they know the hell and high waters that you have to tread through to survive it. Past is past. Ignore haters. Give her a break. She's a brilliant mom to her boys. Again, her being a brilliant mom has nothing to do with the fact that she lied. And she lied about one of the most devastating illnesses that plagues this planet. That's not okay. And enabling her like this, queening her like this, and being like, oh, whatever, is allowing her to skirt actual accountability. It's allowing her to get away with it and dupe everybody and probably do it again in the future because she got away with it because you guys are there kissing her butt. It's nuts to see. But there are people who are saying stuff like this. Where'd it go? I don't feel bad for her at all. She would have never addressed it or apologized if the article didn't come out. She would have just kept filtering and deleting comments. And that's the big thing. This was almost a decade ago that this happened. And there's mixed between 8 years and she says 2017, which is closer to 10 years. So did it go on for 2 years and that's why? And it was resolved 8 years ago? Like, I don't understand the timeline at all. But what I do want to ask what you guys think of this. Do you think that faking cancer is cause for immediate cancellation? Because not only that, but she's also a mommy vlogger, which it's really telling. But as always, I'm curious to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know. What do you think about people who fake cancer? We had Aurora who faked her 16 TBIs and got called out for that. And now we have this. And I don't know that this is necessarily taking accountability. Again, it just feels like a PR stunt used to save face. To be like, look, I've grown and I've changed and here's what I've done. But don't get it lost. She got convicted. Therefore, she accepted money or donations or something. She got something out of faking having cancer. There's no denying that because of the conviction. I don't know. I think that's a cancelable offense, and I'm not a fan of cancel culture. I think that if people are willing to grow and change and learn from their mistakes and hear their criticism, no matter how far they've taken it and refuse to hear their criticism, whatever. But I feel like if people do change and show us, not just say to us that they've changed, but show us that they've changed, there is room to remain on social media as an influencer. But overall, we need to hold influencers to a higher standard. They have influence over people. And her getting away with faking cancer and having all these yes queens in her comment section is only going to encourage other deranged people to do the same, to get benefit out of faking it. That's the power that social media influencers have, that we as consumers of social media need to be wary about. We need to be on that stuff. I don't understand how people can trust what she has to say if she's willing to lie about something so big like that. I don't know how you can trust any one of her brand deals or how brands will ever partner with her again after this. I don't know how you can trust that that lipstick is going to be great or that foundation isn't going to crack because she lies. And she's shown and proved that there's no holds bar to the level of lie that she's willing to tell. And I don't think that's okay. But of course, this is just my humble little opinion on the internet. But let me know what you guys think down below. Please don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to the channel before you head out. A lot of people have been magically unsubscribed from the channel, and like I pop across their feed and they're like, oh, what? And a lot of people think they're subscribed and actually aren't subscribed. So please, if you could help me out by making sure that, give this video a like, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.